Rajdeep Sardesai joins us, India's foremost political commentator. With us also in the studio, our new colleague, managing editor at Business Today Television, Siddharth Zarabi. Siddharth, welcome.
Thank you, Rahul.
Rajdeep, to you first, your sense of the full list of 43 ministers which we just broke on India Today TV.
When you look at, I think you've got to look at this cabinet reshuffle both in terms of the inductees that you've just named as well as those who are exiting. When you look at the inductees, I think there is a genuine attempt made to try and give this a more to give the Council of Ministers a more representative character. If you look at it, ministers today are now represented from 25 states and union territories. So clearly the BJP has made a more serious effort to make it more representative, both in terms of regional and caste dynamics. You mentioned the OBC factor, and I think that's played an important role. But as you can see, they've also reached out, for example, to ST, Dalit, Brahman, depending on which state you are. In Maharashtra, for example, we have Dr. Bharti Pawar, who is a woman and a tribal. So she gets an opportunity. You look at Uttar Pradesh, you have representatives from Brahman, OBC communities as well there. You mentioned just now the Matua leader from West Bengal. So there is a clear attempt made to give this government a more representative character. Also in terms of gender, a number of new women being inducted. You're also seeing it in terms of age. The age has slightly been brought down. Having said all that, there is, I think, a story also in those who are exiting as much as those who are entering, particularly Dr. Harshvardhan. And I think there's been a report card which has been drawn, and I hope an admission at some level of failure as a result, particularly in the critical health ministry in COVID time. So there is a report card on the one side, and there is an attempt at political accommodation on the other. What perhaps is lacking, and maybe the fault also lies in us in the media, we are looking for the big buzz. You know, yesterday we were talking, who are going to be the technocrats? Who are going to be these dynamic new faces bringing in energy into this government? I don't know who they are at the moment.
There are 7 IAS officers.
There are seven IAS officers, which also shows Mr. Modi's reliance at times on bureaucrats to become efficient ministers. We've seen that with R.K. Singh in the past. He's been seen to be a relatively
and also Hardeep Singh Puri, both getting a leg up.
That's right. But also remember, Hardeep Singh Puri had 2 portfolios, so he will be divested of one. Presumably, he will become a minister with independent charge or even a full cabinet minister. It'll be interesting to see, I think, who gets what portfolio. The top 4 unlikely to be touched, but elsewhere in critical areas like commerce, like health, what are the kind of ministers you're going to bring who are going to bring in new energy? This list, representative, politically a very, very strong list brought out with one eye on the elections, one eye on the future. States like Karnataka, Maharashtra, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, where the BJP did very well in 2019, now strongly represented in this cabinet. However, are you going to be able to energize this cabinet in the key portfolios? I think that's the next big challenge. But clearly, and I think therefore one has to, at one level, also give credit to the Modi government. They have gone through a report card because a number of people they've dropped clearly because they believe they were non-performers. Will those who replace them really be able to perform? Huge question mark. Just a small point. Look at Maharashtra, my home state, which I look at. 4 of the 5 who've come in from Maharashtra were till 5 years ago not in the BJP. They've come either from the Congress or the NCP. Narayan Rane himself is someone who has stridently taken on the Shiv Sena. There was talk of a Shiv Sena BJP alliance in Maharashtra till a few days ago. By making Narayan Rane his top of your list, you're sending out a message there. Politically, I think also accommodating allies. You know, one criticism of Mr. Modi's cabinets in the past, very BJP-centric. This time you made a genuine effort to reach out to the Janata Dal United. First time they get a strong representation in this cabinet. You've also recognized the need to have a small party like Apna Dal because of the Kurmi vote in Uttar Pradesh. I think the government has realized that they are going to have to be seen to be much more of a collective, which is why also names are coming out much faster this time than in previous time. There was a lot of hide and seek in the past. I think the government has decided, let's be transparent. This is a list we are putting out. 25 states UTs represented, much younger, putting out much more details. I think recognizing that the country wants to see how is this government different. And I think the government is making a genuine effort this time to suggest that this is a serious reshuffle, a big fat reshuffle as you're calling it. Does it mean much in substance? The jury is still out. I think that's the key.
Okay, so we have some specific details about the composition of the new Modi cabinet. 7 ministers will have PhDs, 3 are MBAs. One of them, of course, is Jyotiraditya Scindia, who's an MBA from the Stanford School of Business. 13 lawyers, 6 doctors, 5 engineers, 7 civil servants, 68 ministers with graduate degrees. A lot of emphasis being laid on the educational qualifications of the union
Harvard
government.
matters as much as hard work. You know, until now
Rajneesh was itching to say that.
There was a genuine
Rajneesh is
belief-
itching to
there
say
was a
that.
genuine. You see, let's be clear. The fact is that I think the government, there was this criticism, right, that the government lacks intellectual heft, that this government doesn't have. There is still a question mark over experience, and that's why the government is claiming we've got 4 former chief ministers now who are part of the Modi government. So you're sending out a lot of messages, yes, a lot of messages, basically trying to say, look, please see this as a new look cabinet, the 7-year itch. I think after 7 years of Modi government, I think this is the first serious cabinet reshuffle in that sense.
So we're
Politically
getting
representative, old style, but also
D.L.
new.
Verma is